Hi everyone, it's Tracy Malone from narcissistabusesupport.com. Today I am talking to the estranged parents in the room, and you probably noticed I've been doing a lot more estranged videos here because of the launch of my new book, but also because the need is so great and the education on estrangement due to a narcissist and the control of others is not well spoken about or widely spoken about. So I really want to make these videos to help you find the answers that you're looking for. A subject keeps coming up when I work with my clients, and that is sort of the serial pattern of estrangement with their daughter or son-in-law. And what we have to realize is that um, estrangement can be something that they are taught to do. They do it with their own families. They've done it with their friends, and also this sort of estrangement isn't uncommon for them because it's all about control, right? If they've been able to cut off their family, their siblings, their friends, this it's just a matter of time before your family goes too, right? It's just because it's normalized to them. This is how you deal with family disputes. You off with their head and they're done, right? It's not about boundaries and it's about control, domination, and reputation management. So once they've cut off your family or their family, there's just a matter of time before they get to your family. So look for that pattern because not everyone who cuts off their family is going to do this to you, but listen to what they say about their family. Listen to the accusations, right? Those always give clues because it's there. It's there. They're talking about it. Their parents are evil. They were cruel. And I'm not saying they are not narcissistic parents that can be extremely cruel and they shouldn't be cut off. What I'm saying is if this is their normal way to deal with a situation and a kind of a dispute, then you're going to get this. This is their thing, right? Um, so they build that story. Everybody's toxic and unsafe. Well, drop in their parents, but suddenly they're friends with their parents. This is the part that really freaks out parents because it's like they came to us, they weren't speaking to their family, we became their family, and then all of a sudden we're out and their family somehow back in. And I want to explain that to you because it's sort of the yo-yo dance they do with everyone, right? They might even use you to get back with their parents. And that means, oh, mom, I'm being attacked, and oh, like this. And they pull them in to try to get some sort of supply to deal with the wicked witch of the West, narcissist or parents of their spouse, right? They've got to pull from somewhere. So they befriend their family again when they had said such horrible things about it. If you see that pattern, maybe they'll befriend you again, and they flip-flop between their family being estranged, you being estranged, and the true story is that you know um, they isolate to dominate, and they use storytelling as their weapon. So the whole story of their parents and what they've done and how evil they are. Well, if they're that evil, how come you're back with them while we get pushed out? It's very confusing. I get it, right? The loyalty tests to your child are really important to understand because they're disguised as emotional safety. So your kid is loving this person and seeing how distraught they are. And it's not just seeing how distraught they are. Let me put it this way. Narcissists, male or female, are actresses and actors. They put on a show and they are so wounded and they are such victims that it's so horrible for them, right? So they start to use this to test your child's loyalty. If you loved me, you'd protect me from them. I can't believe you would still talk to people who hurt me, right? And then they manufacture conflicts to see who will side with them. And whoever doesn't gets quietly erased. Need to understand that this version of love always comes with a test. And if you will fail it by being independent. So that could be your child, right? There's threats, there's gaslighting, there's lies, there's intimidation, and there's manipulation, right? So if we think about why they do it, again, because they can, because it's painful, and because it gives them control. Like they're the victim, they get to on and off, and it's a control tactic of choice. It's a nuclear button that they can always use to call in this is what's going to happen if you don't comply. It's almost showing you and warning you when they are not talking to their parents. If you don't comply, you'll also be here. So it's intimidation, right? Um, what you have to realize is the warning signs, right? Your child's circle of support is going to get smaller every single year, every day, as this friend or that coworker that you have to go to a business dinner with afterwards is, terrible and horrible, and their jealousy makes you not go to business meetings. That's just not normal, right? Um, if you think about every relationship story that they tell you, search for the betrayal in them. Again, victim in them and betrayal. Oh, they did this to me, they did this. But these kind of narcissists, these young, estranging narcissists, actually have no enduring friendships. Sometimes they have allies who, again, if they give them supply, they eventually disappoint them because the expectations that they have of true loyalty and whatever, it's just not going to happen. So, they'll say things like, my friends never supported me. We have to cut them off for our peace. Just things like that. It's just rewriting it in your child's mind. And it's not just once, it's thousands of times. It's thousands of times that they will repeat this stuff. And this is a cycle. It's going to keep going and going. The cycle doesn't mean you're going to get your kid back. It means they're continuing to abuse and continuing to brainwash your child with the lies that they are rewriting from your history, from your entire life. Everything that you did is now twisted. It's twisted into something that it never was, and your child never believed it was. But now they have no choice but to listen. They have no choice because the noose is around their neck and they're being, blackmailed and threatened, and you don't do what I say and don't protect me, then you'll never see your children. And young people with children don't understand that's not how the law works, but it puts the fear into them and that makes them comply, right? So you need to understand that, this is why, and one of the things we need to look for happens is a huge pattern with narcissists. And this is just a sign, again, to validate to you, it's not you. If it's not you, it's going to be someone else. Every day, it's going to keep on rotating and they will keep on pushing people out of their life, right? You can't make them stop cutting people out, but you can stop giving them scissors. You can stop giving them the evidence they need to enforce this kind of estrangement. So, I just encourage you to plant seeds of truth in your child's head if you still have connection. Um, my book that I have, which is called You Don't See It, But They Do, How to Gently Plant the Seeds Naming Abuse. If you do have the opportunity to talk to them, don't be like, oh, they're a narcissist, they're gaslighting you, even though they are. You take it, and these kind of phrases are going to help them get along. I guess I should have pulled up my Estranged book. I never remember to pull this out. So my new book, which hit in September, is Estranged by Lies: How Narcissistic Partners Use Power and Control to Destroy Your Family. So if you are in this kind of estrangement situation and you suspect, again, we're not asking for a diagnosis. And while I do have a rubber stamp, we're not saying they are a narcissist. But if everything that I talk about between my website and my blogs and my book aligns with what you're dealing with, this will give you answers because now we know who you're dealing with, right? This is Tracy Malone. I just want to reassure you that there is hope and you need to hold on to it. You need to believe, you need to protect yourself, and you need to heal even in the darkness. So, if you like this video, please give it a like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do. Every subscription, every single like shows YouTube that, hey, give this to other parents who need some help. So help me with that, and I'll keep making videos, and I will see you on the other side. Thank you so much.